Okay.
Okay. Looks like it redirects me to YouTube, my YouTube page.
Okay. Let's see if we are live. Yes, we are. Cool.
Yes, we
All
are.
right.
Okay. Oh,
Thanks for that,
finally.
Laurent. Yeah.
Finally. Okay.
Yeah. Let me check on LinkedIn just to be 100% sure it seemed to be okay on both. That's a type of issue that we have, yeah, sometime with this tool. I don't know
Yeah, we are
why,
live on
but
LinkedIn too.
okay, perfect.
Ah,
All
thanks,
right.
Ash.
Okay, cool. So then, sorry for the people who were waiting for the live stream. So we are now live for this Microcks community meeting number 22, and ready to start the conversation, let's say. So welcome, Arsh. Welcome, Sora. And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your first name or last name correctly, but welcome over here. And
Yeah, it's a Saurabh.
sorry,
Saurabh.
Sora.
It's a
Okay.
So,
Saurabh.
Rob. Okay.
And
Welcome.
welcome. And don't hesitate, by the way, just to introduce yourself if you want, just to say hello, or if you are doing anything on Microcks, or just let us know. More than welcome.
Yes, hi community. Hi Microcks team. From last few days, I am working on this Microcks. Like there was a requirement for our team where they want Microcks to deploy for API integration testing. So I was working on that. I was trying to deploy Microcks on OpenShift with like I tried like with Podman
Ah,
Compose and then with Microcks operator. So there are some company rules and regulation. That's why there was one issue I was facing. So I have created one issue on GitHub also
okay.
on doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Good to see
So
you here, because that's a odd conversation that we have had with OpenShift users. So you are the one who have created the issue related to Operator Hub and the fact that it's outdated and stuff like that.
yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So thanks for joining, because that's a very interesting topic that we can certainly try to cover during this conversation, at least during a few minutes.
Yes.
Um,
That's sorry to interrupt. Like that's why I
no, go
was like
ahead.
interested to join this and like let me know if like I can contribute to the community. That's why I joined here.
Excellent. Cool.
Very good. So just maybe because I think that's an interesting topic to start with. It fits fine with you, Arsh and Laurent, because we know that we have a lot of OpenShift adopters and users of Microcks. Uh, we've been, like Laura have explained within the issue that you have created, Sorab, we have had an Ansible operator in the past, which is the one that you still find on the operator hub. Uh, for more than a year now, this one is decommissioned, because we have created a brand new operator, which with brand new stuff, which is fully GitOps oriented and so on. But something which was in our to-do list, but we have not made it. The operator hub has not been updated, and that's something that we need to do, which means the decision that we took so far, but we are glad to have you over here and tell us if it's an issue for you and the way we can handle that. Is Operator Hub is, from our point of view, a nice feature for OpenShift users. But what we realize as well that is many of the OpenShift administrators try to rely, let's say, too much on OpenShift capabilities, and especially the fact that they can do auto upgrade and stuff like that, which have generated some issues for OpenShift users. So our recommendation is clearly to not do and enable auto update, first of all, on OpenShift. And last but not least, to use a brand new operator, which is not available on Operator Hub. So on our side, we need to update Operator Hub to reflect that, to say that the old version is not available, not supported, not maintained anymore. New version is on GitHub. And so far, we have not planned to publish the new operator on Operator Hub. Doesn't mean that you cannot set it up on OpenShift, of course, because it's just an operator, but you're going to need to do it, let's say, the same way as Kubernetes adopters are doing. And we think that it can avoid, let's say, all these auto upgrade issues and so on. I don't know, Laurent, if you would like to add anything on that, but I think it's a good point to start with, I think, because it's a conversation that we have had in the past and that we need to take care about, let's say.
Yes, like actually on OpenShift marketplace also they haven't still updated with latest versions. They still doing. I don't know they are doing or not, but yeah, the latest version is not there in OpenShift marketplace yet.
Yes, because we also stopped publishing the new version because, to be honest, it represents a lot of work and a lot of pain to make it available on the Operator Hub marketplace because typically they were changing the publication rules very frequently, most of the time without notice. And it also become more and more difficult to test things on without having a full OpenShift cluster. I don't know if you have used a local OpenShift or Minishift in the past. It used to be easy. It is no longer easy to set up on a single laptop or a single machine. So yeah, because we also think that this way of packaging operators using the operator lifecycle management is, I don't see this to be broadly adopted by the community outside of Red Hat users. So for the moment, with the new operator, we decided not to go that way and to stick on base operator concept and basic way of deploying stuff, just using YAML manifest and so on, and not doing specific to the OpenShift to the operator lifecycle management stuff. So, but yeah, and is it a problem for you at your company, or any operator should be deployed by the marketplace or the operator hub?
Uh, Sorry, could you
Is
repeat?
it a problem for you at the moment, not having the operator in the marketplace, or it's not an issue and you can deploy it using
Uh,
another method?
No, it's a problem because it's not on marketplace, so that's why they were not able to like deploy it in a organization cluster. So they are saying like they had not certified yet new operator, which currently like current operator. So it's in pending state, I guess. So that's why. But yeah, whatever the deprecated version that we are using, so that's fine.
Okay, okay,
So yeah, we have used like parallel approach, like we will work on this till get we will get new one.
okay, okay. Yeah. So yeah, for the moment, so we decided that the work and the effort to have the new operator on the marketplace was, let's say, to represent a, a big work. So we decide not to go that way. But as I said in our chat, if some of us in the community would like to help to make this easier in the future, yeah, feel free to reach out and to see how we can automate stuff, how we can also secure the process of building OpenShift specific stuff and to be able to test this out, because this was really a big pain, and we were, let's say, blind of what we were pushing, and we were just waiting for user feedback. So this was not a comfortable situation, let's say. But if you have ideas on how to improve that and how to automate this process, would really happy to follow up on the discussion.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I will contribute from my side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and by the way, I just put in a chat the community repo that we have created a few months ago, and maybe this specific topic and a way to set it up on OpenShift could be relocated, let's say, on the community repo and handled by a community effort. So that's certainly a call to action to all Red Hat friends, because as Laurent said, one of the biggest issue is that we don't have access to OpenShift, let's say, anymore. We have had access to OpenShift or Minishift in the past, but we don't have access to it anymore. So if maybe someone would like to take over and help to, let's say, package it within the community repo to make it available, to make the new operator available on the operator hub and the marketplace, to make it easy for users, for Red Hat users, could be a good point, certainly. And I think that's something that we certainly maybe need to nudge some of our Red Hat friends, Laurent, and see if it could be possible. Because what I understand on your situation, Sorab, is your company will only deploy operators which are on Red Hat Marketplace, and nothing coming from the community, correct?
Correct.
Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah.
I also put in the chat that there is an outstanding issue on the new Microcks operator. For the moment, we don't have an Helm chart for installing it. So this is something we must work on for the next release, I hope in a few weeks. Maybe as an alternative of the operator hub marketplace, people also love Helm charts, so it could be interesting. So Rab, to get your feedback on this and say if it could fit your deployment or certification process. So have a look, and yeah, I don't know if you are allowed to use Helm chart install on your cluster, but that's maybe a way to work around this limitation, let's say.
Okay, I will check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool,
cool.
cool.
Yeah, thanks for raising this point, because I think it's something that we need to think about, and we'll be very happy, I think, if some Red Hat folks could be involved on that, because that's really specific and related to Red Hat, and make it easy for some of those users, as long as, of course, we can maybe and ideally disable by default this auto-upgrade stuff, which was generating quite a lot of issues.
Yes.
Plus, all the stuff related to the way to package it and make it online. That's why we need some help. But Saurabh, keep us posted, please. Especially if you have some users within your company who are waiting for Microcks. Could be a pity if you are not able to deliver that and deploy it to them, and especially for testing purpose. So keep us posted, and let us know if you can use VM chart or any way to set it up. I mean, regarding what we have today, in order to make it available with the ops team within your organization. I don't know, by the way, if you are more on the user or developer team or on the ops team.
Yeah, mostly I'm in DevOps team.
Okay, got it. All right. So you are responding to the users, and the users are pushing you to enable Microcks.
Yeah, we provide service to them, like so yeah, we manage some infra services, so that's why we are trying to give Microcks as a service to them, so they can multiple teams can use this. That's our approach. That's why we were trying to deploy this.
They are using it already, just for your information, or is it something brand new, let's say, within your organization?
No, it's like brand new.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I have seen that like there are previously also, I don't know in other verticals, but there are already Microcks forum present in like in Slack channels. So there might be chances multiple teams are already using it.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
Cool. 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 So maybe you can join the adopter list later on then. That could be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are able, by the way, to share the company name in case we are in touch with some of the colleagues, but if you can't, it's not a problem at all, just up to you.
Uh, are you asking to me the company?
Yeah, if you want to share it,
If you can
you
share,
can.
but if not, it's not a problem.
Like it's Red Hat only company name.
It's sorry.
Red Hat.
Oh, you are working for Red Hat.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. In India then.
yes, in India.
Okay. All right, cool. That's great. We didn't know that Red Hat is using us internally. That's nice. So it may be gonna be easier to find some contributors then.
Yes, I found that.
That's cool. All right, very cool. Okay. So we'll keep this conversation and keep going on the issue on SON, and thanks for joining because that's a very interesting topic and something to work on. Other stuff that we would like maybe to share today with the community, and again, Sorab, Arsh, feel free to interrupt to ask any question or put any topic you would like on top of the ladder. But otherwise, we also have some, let's say, information to share. One that we shared previously regarding you, Arch, on the latest community meeting. It's something that we're going to enable this week or next week regarding the open governance of the project. For the one who don't know, Arch is very, very focused and acting and very committed on the Microcks CLI. We have made a huge amount of improvement on it, and we're going to open a vote to give him the ownership as a code owner of the Microcks CLI repo. So that's under the community open governance process that we have. And we are very, very happy as maintainer to enable that and ask community feedback on this proposition. As usual, we're going to open a new discussion on GitHub dedicated to this purpose, and Laura and I will have 2 weeks to vote. But in the meantime, feel free as community members to support Arsh, provide feedback, and tell us what you think about the CLI. That's a good opportunity for that. Laurent, feel free to add any information on that because you two were very, very connected during the mentorship program on this specific topic. So that's your
Yeah.
baby.
No. Actually, I'm a huge supporter of Harsh becoming a contributor, a maintainer, and a codeowner. So this week, or maybe early next week, we also have to release the 1.0 version of the CLI, and you will see that there are huge improvements and big numbers of new features regarding the previous one. So this will be awesome to have this new CLI version, and this will be awesome to have Harsh on board for yes everything related to CLI, but also moreover he's done a contribution on the he did contribution on the core Java stuff also in the past. So really happy to have a Harsh on board and yeah, keep rolling the ball, let's say.
That's cool. And we'll keep the community posted on Discord, on SON, and of course, we'll announce this nomination on social when it's going to be voted. But to follow up, you will see a new topic on Microcks discussion fully dedicated to this thought.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so that's an important point for the community, sustainability and growth. And again, thanks Arch for your support and your commitment. Next point, and regarding maybe community effort and so on. Let me share my screen if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna share the full screen. All right, it's just, by the way, for the one who don't know what we are dealing with, if you go on Microcks organization, here you have discussion. That's where you can open any kind of conversation, discussion with the community to grab feedback. And most of the time, before creating issues, PR, if it's something that is related to a new feature, questions and so on, something which is, let's say, not may impact the documentation, the code, and so on, just ask over here. And most of the time, this point can be, can become issues and PR. And that's where you're going to find here in community the topic that we were dealing with. We should have done that in the past. Maybe it was, okay, don't remember where it is, sorry. But we have that's where you're gonna find the topic related to Arch and the open governance. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't find it anymore, but I'll put it on Discord and on social and so on. So the other point I would like to cover, and that's related to community efforts and so on, and also Monties that we have had. If you go on Microcks website. By the way, and again and again and again, if you have not done already, please give us a star on the main repo. That's important for us. But the topic I'm dealing with is a new blog post from Krishi, which is related to feedback and experience regarding her as a mentee during 3 months on behalf of the Linux Foundation mentorship program. And that's a very interested, let's say, feedback. It's not related to code and technical points. It's more related to open source and how to join and let's say the main pitfalls that she noticed as working as an open source community. So that's taking a lot of traction. Very happy to have had a feedback written like that. So we have cross-posted on Microcks website. It has been published as well on the CNCF blog site during the summertime. So feel free to check it out. But I think that's a very important and interesting topic regarding what us are doing within a community and what you as adopter can do to make it sustainable and easier for all of us. So that's the point I would like to share. And I think, Laurent, if it's fine with you, maybe we can do a review on some GitHub issues and topics, because we have had, and especially on the new release that is under cooking, quite a lot of improvements and new ideas and questions and so on. We have Apova, for example, which is in vacation, but is doing a huge amount of, let's say, sharing brand new ideas and creating PR. So that's very interesting topics as well. Plus, we have had yesterday a new suggestion as well from folks from GitLab, because if you have not seen it already, we have a new entry within the documentation as well. And again, thanks to the community, because we didn't have this new entry using GitLab CI. It has been sorted out. And now you have all the information to make it happen using the Microcks CLI. So for GitLab CI users and adopters, you are covered now. And the GitLab folks, have maybe ideas to improve that again. And here we have a new issue, which is an open discussion, maybe for improving the way we can package, provide Microcks integration within a GitLab CI. We are checking that because, as we said, CNCF, open governance is really something we are taking care about. And this specific way to integrate Microcks, what they name, GitLab CI components, need to be deployed and need to be available on GitLab, not GitHub. It's not an issue for us, but for a CNCF, governance point of view, laws and stuff like that, we need to check it out and see how we can handle and manage that. Because normally everything related to code need to be under the umbrella of a GitHub organization repo, which is the case for Microcks. So we're going to check it out. But in the meantime, feel free to, especially if you are using GitLab CI, to come over here, open a conversation, see and explain if it's or not a good idea for your usages. And then we'll work and see how we can manage. This can become, again, a new entry within the community repo if it's not something we can manage and include within Microcks core.
Yeah, also we have to improve this like documentation for the GitLab CI. Like once we have the new version of CLI is released.
Yeah,
So thanks
exactly.
you. Yeah,
Exactly.
thanks, Yasin.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
you see the point, and that was one of my thoughts during the review. I would say, oh, it's still Microcks-CLI. Okay, we
Yeah.
will change that after the 1.0 release. But
Yes.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's which is one of the difficulty. So honestly, each time we are updating something, creating something new, the operator and the Microcks operator is just a good example. We always need to remember where it has been shared, and to update all the referrals. And within our own documentation, sometimes it's not that easy, let's say. So a
Yes.
very, very good point that we always need to add a task to check it out. And sometimes we need to do a lot of grep and scripting within the GitHub documentation repo for this purpose. So very good point.
Yeah. Great.
Laurent, I don't know if you would like to take over and especially regarding the approval topic and the others.
Yes, I share my screen and I'm gonna share some news about the new release that we are just cooking. So we are talking here about the 1.13 that was just initialized 2 weeks ago, and there is already a lot of new features on this branch at the moment. So if you want to try it out, you can use the container image that are tagged nightly. Nightly for
I don't know
us.
if you're sharing something, Laurent, but we don't see it.
Okay, so let's try it again. So
Yeah.
sharing my screen.
Yes,
And
now it's
that
good.
is okay. Okay. So yes, the 1.13, and you can see here the list of already closed issues, close to 30. And yes, I was saying that if you want to try it out, you can use the container images that are tagged with nightly. Nightly for us means under development. So for the moment, nightly is a snapshot of what will be the 1.13.0 once released in a few weeks. So with this version, we have done, let's say, usual upgrades to latest stacks, or upgrades to the Spring Boot part, upgrades to the Quarkus part, upgrades to most dependencies, like for example, the based container images for all our images. And I also tackled a very outstanding issues because this one related to gRPC and protobuffer was opened more than 4 years ago. I was astonished to remember the date because yeah, 4 years ago. And I'm talking about this one because potentially it could lead to breaking changes for some adopters. The issue is that until now we had problems when importing a deep hierarchy of gRPC protobuffer file. So typically what people used to do is that they have some kind of pre-processing step in their automation chain when they were putting all the proto file together in a flat structure. And that way, Microcks was able to resolve dependencies. But it does not cover all the different cases, and it was a pain to maintain this pre-processing step. So I come with a big refactoring of this, of the way we imported protobuffer. For that, I've used the Google protobuffer definitions of the Google Cloud Services because, as far as I know, they are the most complex and yes, complicated also protobuffer definitions. And now we are able to handle very complex stuff and very deep hierarchy of protobuffer inclusion or import. So, for example, here I've used a lot the Firestore definition, and you can see that Firestore is including common, is including document, but it's also referencing some stuff from other APIs like annotations, like some well-known types like protobuf empty, this kind of stuff. So here we have a very complex protobuffer definition, and now everything is working correctly. So that should be a very big improvement, but can also lead to breaking changes if you have set up this pre-processing step in your chain. So be aware of it.
And just maybe one comment on this one, Laura. That's clearly the point where we need feedback from the gRPC adopters. We know that we have big adopters of Microcks on gRPC. That's a huge amount of improvement. We've made amazing number of tests, and I think this and you know, as you said, Google Protobuf is certainly one of the most complex. So I think we covered now a huge amount of brand new stuff and in a better way. So really come back to us, tell us what you think about it, test it with your own, usually gRPC internal APIs. That's very valuable for the community and improvement like that.
Exactly. So I tagged the people I know who are doing heavy stuff with gRPC, but feel free to read it out, feel free to try it out, and yes, give us feedback. That's very important for us. Okay, so this one related to protobuf gRPC. So as said by Yassine, we also have a very active contributor that is Approva. And Approva has shipped a very interesting enhancement for the Microcks UI. So I wanted also to take the time to demonstrate this. So typically, as of today, when you have some stuff to import into Microcks, you have to go to the importer screen. You have either to create an importer or to upload file. And this is the new stuff, but you have to upload file one by one. And this could be very, let's say, cumbersome, let's say a slow process if you have a number of files to import. So Approva proposed two changes. First, we have a quick import button here on the top right corner that is now always available. Okay, and you can just quick import stuff. And here you have a drag and drop zone to put file, but not only to put one file, but to put many files. So typically you can just select different files from your explorator, drag them here, and that's okay. So it asks you if it is a primary or a secondary artifact. So most of the time you have to tag the secondary artifacts, and you can just upload them here or add more files if you want. So very nice stuff. The new things also that Aprova proposed is that in fact all the Microcks UI is now sensitive to drag and drop events. So typically you can just drag and drop your file here from there, and you will reach the same modal dialog with the same function. So very nice to import stuff and to do things very easily. You can do that on each screen, on each page. It works the same way. It's very seamless to use. So very cool from a user experience perspective. And in this feature, there is also a new feature that is also now made available. You know that you can upload stuff to Microcks. You can also import stuff and have Microcks polling a remote artifact on a Git repository or so on. But there was also an hidden feature of Microcks where Microcks can directly download once a URL. And so this is now made available here in the quick import. You can choose not to upload an artifact, but to download an artifact, just copy pasting here the URL you want to Microcks to download. Provide a notification secret if this URL is coming from a protected repository, and maybe tag this as a secondary artifact, okay? And so here, it's just a download of a remote file very easily. That way, you can say, hey, the OpenMeteor file, let's download it. And it has been imported directly. You don't have to create an importer. You can just import it once, just providing the URL. So that's very cool, and that's very nice from a user experience point of view as well.
Yeah, and most of the time the use case is coming from QA engineers and testing folks who like to have this facility and put, you know, all their data set of artifact on an HTTP server or something that is easier for them.
Yes, exactly. One thing that's very also handy, a new feature that was proposed by Aprova and integrated into the nightly release was this one. Let me check. Yes, this one. Maybe not this one. I'm not sure to have samples on this one. So, okay. Let's try it out. Let's say you have an API definition with a lot of operation. You have seen on the Stripe operation, the Stripe API that we have more than 100 operation. And let's say that you have a lot of also different examples, and you want to point out a specific example, maybe to share the link with one colleague or with one teammate. And you can see that now on this here tab, there is a new link here, so that you can just copy the link to have a direct access to this specific sample. So now opening a new browser window, you can just paste here, and you can see that, yes, you are just arrived on the correct operation. This one has been unfolded, and on the correct tab, just to share maybe an issue on or an improvement suggestion on this specific mock. So here again, a big plus regarding the usability and the user experience. for this feature.
And to improve collaboration as well, of course.
Exactly. One more feature proposition from Aprova, and this is not yet in the nightly release, but this is something we are working on, is the ability to build a dark UI theme for the Microcks UI. So typically here, this is just only on my local machine. You will have a theme switcher here. And for the moment, the theme is not written yet, but yes, we just have basic stuff. And you can see that we will be able to have a dark theme or to switch back to a light theme, depending on your own preferences. So this is a work in progress. And by the way, this is a call to any contributors who would like to, yes, to improve the dark theme, and just feel free to reach out and yes, to propose new colors, new design stuff, and so on. I'm definitely not an expert on CSS and not loving that specifically, so I'd be more than happy to receive yes advices and contributions on how to do a beautiful dark theme. For now, it's very, very basic. Okay. Yes, and I forgot not the most important one, but a very important one we have in 1.13. And this comes from Red Hat or IBM guy. Maybe Red Hat at the beginning of this summer and IBM just right now. We have a new QuickJS for J integration. So, and this comes from Andrea. So just that you be aware, so in Microcks we can have different dispatcher. There is a dispatcher that is a script dispatcher, that you have the ability to write script if you have a complex dispatching logic, for example. And until now, the only language is available for using dispatcher was Groovy. So Groovy is nice, it's close to the JVM, it performs very, very nicely. But the caveat we have with Groovy is that it was not able to work using the native distribution of Microcks. We have a very lightweight distribution of Microcks that is called native, that is compiled in a platform native binary. But unfortunately, it is not able to use all the JVM features, and typically all the dynamic features that were used by Groovy are not available in the native world. And so we had Andrea that proposed this new feature that is to integrate QuickJS, and so to provide JavaScript as a new option for writing scripts for dispatchers. And the nice thing with QuickJS is that it is compatible with this native compilation. So thanks to Andrea, we now have JavaScript available as a first-class citizen scripting engine in Microcks on the 1.13. And so typically you can now write scripts using JavaScript. So you can use all the API we had previously, retrieving headers from the mock request, using switch construct, parsing JSON, okay, feeding the request context with new, let's say, computed stuff, okay, fetching external URL, or also using the store if you want to provide some stateful behavior to your mock. So that's very, very cool. And we have the same feature parity that we had with Groovy, but now in JavaScript. So I hope, so again, we now cover the native distribution. And also, again, I hope it will open up the door to more contribution, because let's face it, but there is much more JavaScript developers and Groovy developers. And so it opened the doors to let people more easily improve and provide their custom dispatching logic on top of Microcks. So that's cool.
Yeah, and maybe for the record, it's certainly the first time that we have the documentation before the release, which is quite fun.
Which is nice. Yes.
Yeah.
And so we
So
have a
fun.
warning here. It's
Mhm.
just available from this version.
Yeah, and thanks
at the
to Andrea for that. And by the way, when the new release will be available, he's already cooking, sorry, a blog post related to
Yeah.
that. So that's excellent in order to, let's say, share broadly. And again, as you said, have maybe more JavaScript users on this killer feature, which is the way to dispatching stuff within Microcks. So
Yeah.
that's very, very cool. And
Okay.
certainly can improve some and gain love of test containers folks, because finally they can use a native image and their custom dispatching rules within a test container. That could be great as well.
Exactly.
Very, very
Exactly.
happy to see what the adopters going to cook with that.
Yeah. And can I have still 5 minutes to
Yeah,
share?
sure.
So it's not a new feature yet. It
I
comes
was thinking
from
about this one
yeah,
because
it comes
it's
from a
huge.
discussion because we have some pain in Micro, so we started to have more and more features. We have this ability to provide custom dispatching logic, but uh, let's face it, sometimes it's a bit hard to troubleshoot why we received this mock response and why we did not receive the one we expected. So it's a bit complicated to debug, to troubleshoot, and to tune the dispatchers sometimes if we want to realize complex stuff. We also have the case where Microcks is used to simulate some complex orchestration that can be that span many different services, and we want to have, let's say, the visibility on how it was invoked, in which order the different service were invoked, this kind of stuff. And so we had different also discussion about how to log the request order, how to do this kind of complex stuff. And so it all started with a discussion with Arpuva that proposed to reuse the open telemetry support we started to have few release ago to had some kind of debugging panel just right in the Microcks UI. So it's not an alternative to standard OpenTelemetry collection of traces and span, but it's an addition that would allow you to easily debug your configuration. And so I think the most obvious way to understand it is to have a look at the demo, the prototype that Aprova built. And so typically, let's say you have a mock, and yes, here you can see we have a live traces panel that allows you to get all the details of why Microcks did take this decision of routing to this one or this other. What are the incoming request properties? What is the decision workflow that has been done? Also, it will allow you, if you put some dispatching logic into scripts, to debug your scripts. And so typically you can put more logs here. You can just try new stuff. And if you, for example, update the dispatching scripts on the fly, the next time you'll try and have a request, let's check it out. The next time you try and call your service, for example, you can see now the new logs coming here in your debugging panel. So it's very nice to be able, yes, to update properties, try out new stuff, tune stuff and so on and so forth. So that's very cool. So that's for the tuning part, and also a new stuff that we are discussing with Approva. So we also have the logs and the stack trace here in the debug panel. And the new stuff we are discussing with Approva is also the ability to have this graph view of mock invocation. So typically, if you are invoking different mocks in the same orchestrations or its seconds, you will have the ability to trace things and to see the different traces, see the different invocation of your services to have a better understanding of on how it was used. And so we hope that also that from an API integration testing point of view, it could also lead to additional stuff like issuing an API call to Microcks to get the real invocation orders of the API so that you can check things, check that microservices has been invoked in a correct sequence or in a bad sequence, this kind of stuff. So it could also lead to additional testing features on top of our contract testing features already available.
Yeah,
So
this one
very
is,
cool.
is huge. That's an amazing improvement, and clearly join the conversation because it's not something that's going to be released soon, but it's I mean soon, not in the next release at least, maybe in the
Oh,
next one. Oh, who
it
knows? All
depends
right,
because
we'll see.
Approva seems to be very hot on the topic, and
You're right.
there were already a lot of discussions, so it could come pretty quickly, let's say. So that's
All
cool.
right. All right, that's great, but it's a very, I mean, that's a very strong improvement. So again, that's certainly very nice for a lot of adopters and users. So come back to us, join the conversation because that's a massive improvement for the community. Cool.
Yeah. And I think that's it regarding the news. Yes, as said before, there is a lot of improvements that was already done in the 1.13. So check it out and give us our feedback, and that would be cool.
Yeah, I think that's great. That's a very good overview of what's coming next and all the brand new features. So Rab, anything to add?
Uh, no, no. Actually, this is like first time I have attended
Yeah,
this, so need to explore the Microcks more. Like I have explored more on the deployment side, but I haven't explored on the these many features. With I have just tried like REST API, also simple APIs, but need to check. Yeah, but it looks like very interesting.
cool.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining.
Yeah,
That's very cool to have you over here.
yeah. Thanks a lot for joining, and do not hesitate to come back later. It will be cool.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, so I think we're going to close this community meeting. See you in 2 weeks in a
Yeah, time
different
zone.
time, more end of the afternoon for us. It's going to be better for our friends in North America. And feel free to join the community and looking forward your comment, ideas, and feedback on all the stuff that we showcased today. So thanks a lot. Enjoy your day, and
Thank you.
wish you all the best.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.